The lighting is garbage. That's number one. Hey, you guys, I'm back with another book review. I haven't been on in a while because I've been busy. I know that doesn't sound believable at all, but uh, I just keep on forgetting to do these book reviews. I've read book. Oh my goodness. You guys, like it was really hitting me hard in the chest because it's about a teenage girl, and if you can put two and two together, it's pretty much about a girl trying to be grown. Like she has these dreams of being like this big singer and being famous. When you're a teenager, you had those, types of aspirations, and you pretty much think that you're invincible. And so she's, doing what she wants to do and doing what she needs to do to get to that particular point in her life of achieving those dreams. Um, Without giving too much away, she starts to deal with this industry artist. He's very famous. He's very notable. And he's on the verge of becoming infamous. And he basically puts her on, and just craziness ensues. This book forced me to be a little bit more introspective about my own life as a teenager, and that some of the things that I was doing that honestly, if any of my like little cousins were doing, it would be deemed extremely unacceptable. Like when you're 16, 17 years old, you're not thinking, oh, I'm a child, I shouldn't be doing this. You're thinking like, I want to do this. And there's a lot of things that I really shouldn't have been doing. Like in this book, there's a lot of things that this girl really shouldn't have been doing. And it just shows like we really need to like be involved in our children's lives at every stage. Like just even as adults, like you just need to be really involved with your children because the choices that they make kind of say a lot about how they were raised. Um, the main character, her name is Enchanted. She basically looks like this girl here on the book. And, her parents are doing everything they can to send her to this private school, her and her younger sister. On the swim team. She lives a very normal teenage existence. Um, but Enchanted, she's a teenager. She wants what she wants. She wants to do what she wants. And she just makes some really dinky choices, which is excusable because she's a child. But it gets so complicated. And the way the book starts is like, it starts with a very dark, traumatic scene, and it kind of reels you in. And the book is a fast read. Like you can get through this book like within a day. For me, I usually do about 50 pages a day because I have other things I want to do. I am not someone who can just sit and read a book and just be like, whatever. But it's a young adult book. So you can pretty much get through it in a day if you're a quick reader. But it's very much a cautionary tale. Um, what can I say? She's a teenager. She's a teenager in a fictional book, but she's a teenager in a book that is very much reflective of what probably a lot of girls went through with a certain singer, a certain R&B singer. I won't say his name. But yeah, this book is definitely a cautionary tale. I would recommend it to teenage girls. Like my cousin, she has teenage daughters. I think they should read it. Um, I probably won't read it again because it's not really my genre, but it was written well. I like how she paired the authors to like her music industry career and paralleled it with the internal thinking of the antagonist of the story, if you will, the lead singer guy. I like how she did that. Um, a lot of this ties into like the emotional development of like teenage girls. Like people say that we develop and we grow faster than the rate of boys, and like we're a lot more mature, which is true. But from an emotional standpoint, like mentally, we're more advanced, but from an emotional standpoint, we're very much still children. Teenage girls are still that girls. So if you can get them mentally, you can control their emotions. And I think that's where we have to be extremely protective of our kids. Um, yeah, and the emotional development within a human being, especially like young girls, I don't know when that starts. I feel like it doesn't start until like your mid 20s. At least that was for me. Like I just started becoming emotionally intelligent, like in my late 20s, 30s, early 30s, and I'm about to be 34 this month. So yeah, we have to like really like cultivate that within our children. I think like reading this book, I'm not a mom, but when I do become a mom, it's something that I will definitely like consider. Like just talking about your kids, talking to your kids about their emotions and what they're feeling and experiencing, what they're going through, and allowing them to be comfortable from an early age to be vulnerable with you about what it is they're experiencing, what it is they desire, what it is that, you know, they aspire to be, and making sure that you communicate with them in a soft tone, in a manner that is receptive and that is kind and that is gentle. Because somebody being vulnerable with you, whether it's your child, your friend, your coworker, whoever, that's a very scary place to operate from. So you gotta remember not to cut them down. So yeah, just this book, Grown, really helped me to really think about the emotions of teenagers and the emotions of children, and how would I react if I were a parent in that scenario? There were times when she lied to her parents. It's like, yeah, you know, I'm going to go do this and I'm going to do that. And it's like, Amanda, you've done that before. Like, and then I think like, dang, why was I doing that? And it's like, because you were young and dumb. Like that's what teenagers do a lot of the time. But I feel like when you have um, a close relationship with your kids, and you know your kids and they know you, and there's, you know, balanced respect there, you probably won't have that issue too much, which I think is just really important. Because I know for me, um, you know, I love my parents to life, and as a teenager my mom was my primary parent, but we did not have a close relationship at all. Our relationship was extremely strained, and I just learned a lot from this book of looking back over my life and just moving forward when I do have children, what I'm going to do in regards to parenting. This book, these characters, did I have a favorite character? No, no, I didn't. Um, yeah, there were a lot of scenes in this book that were really like problematic for me, tough for me to read, tough for me to take in. It was very uh gut wrenching. It was hard. A lot of this book was a hard read at times. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't like a valid or good story. It was a good story. I feel like towards the end it was, you know, tied up in a bow a little bit too nicely. It's just like, okay. But I mean, you need a resolution, so that's fine. Um for me, yeah, I didn't have a favorite character. Um what else? There was just some really good, you know, scenes when it came to writing in terms of how she did it. And there were some times in the book, you know, with the writing and with the storyline and the plot points that I thought I was being hoodwinked. I won't say what it is, but I was like kind of questioning, like, is she? Is she not? What's going on? So I will say that the author did a great job with that. Like, you really was like giving me a full tug of war. Like, wait a minute, I'm not sure here, but yeah, I enjoyed this book. I would recommend it. Collective. over your life if you were a teenage girl or just a teenager who was wayward and unruly. I wasn't wayward that much, but I did, I was a teenager. I wanted to think and do my own thing. And that's pretty much what I did. And you live and you learn. With this story, unfortunately, there are some consequences for some of the characters in it, but ultimately, it's a good book. So if you want to give it a read, go pick it up, go check it out. Well, I don't think you can check it out during the pandemic because all libraries are closed for the most part. But you can like listen to it on Audible, whatever, and just take it in for what it is and give your own opinion on the book. For me, right now, I'm reading Silver Sparrow by Tayari Jones, and she's chef's kiss. She's great. Yeah, I really like that book. So I'll probably be doing a review on that soon. Still working on my novel, and I got some new ventures that are popping off too. So just trusting and moving as the spirit leads, as God leads me. But yeah, that's my book review for the book Grown. I hope you all have a great day, a blessed week, and I'll see you hopefully in like a week. Don't hold your breath though. Bye.